Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome on this snowy day, at least here, to this yoga flow. Today, we're going to work a little bit more on our feet and really get connected to our feet. So our feet support us, and most of the time we don't give them enough attention. So we're going to give them a little bit of some pampering, explore them, explore the areas, and really work on them today. As usual, anything that we do that does not suit you, doesn't feel comfortable, doesn't feel, or if you feel like you're in pain, or just doesn't seem like you just won't want to do it, I'm your guide. I am not telling you what to do. It's your body, your decision, your choice. So just make sure that you're very truthful with yourself and you're very kind to yourself, and you're not going to put yourself into a position that does not feel good. And if for any reason you have to stop doing what we're doing, then just get into a position that you enjoy and close your eyes and imagine yourself doing whatever we're doing. That you can get the same sort of benefits out of that type of a practice. Just your imagination is a really, really powerful tool, and you can use that to great ability for benefits. Okay? Okay, so get yourself seated in a comfortable position. Doesn't matter how you're seated, as long as you're seated and you're sitting upright as much as you possibly can. Okay, and then you're going to close your eyes. And you're going to allow yourself to connect. So connect to where you are. The space that you're in, how it feels around you. Notice if it's cool or if it's warm. Notice if you're in a big room. Remember, having our eyes closed. So this is all from memory kind of and sensations. If the room feels large or small, spacious or not. The kind of sounds that you can hear, maybe outside of the room that you're in, perhaps even inside the room that you're in. And then anything else that you want to pick up on in the space that you're in. And then in your mind's eye, bring the awareness to your body, as in watching yourself from a distance sitting in that space. And just noticing yourself in that space. So what do you look like in that space? How tall are you sitting? You look a little crooked, a little lopsided. Are you leaning forward a little bit, leaning backwards a little bit? And then in your mind's eye, walk over towards yourself. Sit yourself down right into yourself. And then go ahead and scan your body. Notice how your body's feeling at this moment. Okay, and then bring your awareness to your feet. So just feeling the parts of your feet that are connected onto the ground. So it might not be your whole foot, might be just maybe the side of your foot, maybe just your heels, depends on the way you're sitting, might be the top of your feet. Just notice that part that's in contact with the ground. And just notice how that part feels. So the part that's in contact of the ground, be aware of it and notice how that feels. Whatever sensations come up. And then bring your awareness to the parts of your feet that are not connected to the ground and how those feet feel, that part of the feet feel. So you might feel different things, different sensations are coming up. Notice as much as you can. Okay, and then bring your awareness to your breath now and just allow your breath to move through your body. Just watch it move in and out. So we're just focusing on the breath now, feeling it move in and out of the body. Every time we bring our awareness to the breath, it might feel a little bit different. We might notice different things of how we're breathing. Might be fast, might be slow, might be breathing through the nose or through the mouth. And then we're going to allow that breath to get deeper and deeper. So starting to get into the belly, into the sides of the body, into the chest, into the back. So we're taking nice big breaths. So every time we breathe, the breath is going to get a little bit deeper. So we're end up taking nice big full breaths in and out. And just being aware of that sensation. So anytime through this practice today, notice your breath. I will bring your awareness back to it, but notice how you're breathing. If you've stopped breathing, if you're holding your breath, if it becomes shallow, if it becomes shorter. So just notice that. And then bring the breath back to a nice long inhale and a nice long deep exhale. Okay, so we're going to begin by coming down onto our backs, onto the back. So hopefully everyone can still see me. You don't really need to see me as long as you listen to me, as long as you listen. So we're going to place our hands just on our belly, our lower belly, so we can continuously feel ourselves breathing in and out. And we're going to connect our feet to the ground. So connect those feet to the ground. Our knees are bent, so bend your knees. Okay, so feel the whole foot, hold both feet connected into the ground. You can have your eyes open if you like, but if you close your eyes, the sensation of your sight will be able to go inwards a little bit more. So you're going to be able to pay attention more to what is happening in your body instead of what's happening around you. So we want to leave away that happening around you and focus entirely on what's happening inside us and to us, ourselves, particularly the feet. So keep your eyes closed if you can. Rest your back on the ground. You can even do a little scan of the body, how it feels to rest your back here. And just take a few breaths, just watching your breath, allowing the breath to remain deep. So you're going to feel your hands moving up and down with the tummy. And then bring your awareness to your feet. And feel the toes of all 10 toes, 5 toes on each foot connecting to the ground. Notice if you have to push some of them down to feel that connection. And then allow the ball of the foot to rest on the ground and just really feel that connection of the ball of the foot. And then the sides of each foot, outside edge, inside edge. There's going to be a little hollow part where the arch is. And then feel the heel touching. Okay, now I'm going to take a breath in here. As we exhale, we're going to lift the toes up and the ball of the foot up and put our weight into the heels. So the toes and the ball of the foot are coming up and the heels remain on the ground. Your knees are bent. As you inhale, the feet are going to come all the way back down. So you're inhaling here with the feet down. Exhale, lift the toes up, putting the weight into the heels. Inhale, bring the feet down. Exhale, bring the feet up. Heels pushing into the ground. Inhale, feet come down. Exhale, feet come up, heels pushing into the ground. Inhale, bring feet down. One more time. Exhale, bring the feet up. And exhale, inhale, bring the feet down. And then just hold it there. It was a little bit of a mind game too. You really had to think about what you were doing. Okay. Then you're going to take your right leg and you're going to lift it up and you're just going to place it like a figure four on your left thigh or just above the knee. And we're going to do some ankle circles here in that right foot. So ankle circles, one direction. Still trying to keep a nice full deep breath in and out. Going one direction, going in the opposite direction. Going slow in those ankle circles. You want to really make sure that you feel all the vertebrae around the ankles moving slowly. Okay, and then rest for a moment, just noticing if you feel anything coming out of that. And then you're going to reach that right leg all the way up. You can have a little bit of a bend in the knee. Try to spread apart those toes. And then you're going to inhale, you're going to point the toes. And exhale, you're going to flex the foot. Try to spread out those toes. A little bit of a bend in the knees. Inhale, point up towards the ceiling. Exhale, flex the foot, spread the toes. Inhale, point the foot. Exhale, spread the toes, flex the foot. One more time. Inhale, point. And again, going at your own pace. How you breathe and how I breathe is totally different. And then exhale, flex the foot. Good. And then you're going to bring that foot all the way down to the ground. Okay, and then you're just going to notice here, keeping your hands on your belly. Breathe and notice. Now, there's a kinetic trail going all the way, all over the body. Everything is connected. So even though we might only be doing things in the feet, you're going to still notice these things perhaps through the rest of your body in different places. So try to be aware of all the other places that you might feel sensations. Okay, now you're going to take your left leg and cross it over on the right leg. Okay, just feel how that feels on this side. And then you're going to start to do some ankle circles here. Going in one direction. Going slow. Make sure you're still breathing. Nice full belly breathing. And then move your ankle in the opposite direction. You might hear some creaks and cracks. Well, that's okay. Okay, and then relax that foot. And then you're going to reach that leg up into the air. And it might not go very far. You might have to bend, keep a bend in the knee, and that's perfectly fine. Spread out those toes. Try to send those toes away from each other. And again, you can have your eyes open if you really have to, but see if you can close your eyes and do this exercise in your mind's eye. So without the awareness, the sense of sight. Okay, so we're going to inhale, we're going to point the toe up towards the ceiling. Exhale, flex the foot and spread the toes. So when I say flex the foot, it's like you're holding the ceiling up on the bottom of your foot. Inhale, point the foot. Exhale, flex the foot, spread the toes. Do that a few more times. Inhale, point the foot. Exhale, flex the foot, moving in time with your own breath. Inhale, point the foot. Exhale, flex the foot, spread the toes. Inhale, point the foot. Exhale, flex the foot, spread the toes. And I think we have one more to do. Inhale, point the foot. Exhale, flex the foot, spread the toes. And then relax that foot and bring it all the way down on the ground beside your right foot. And then just notice. Notice any sensations that are coming up. Also how you're feeling overall, any emotions. Sometimes little things can trigger different things, so just be aware of them. Okay, so we're going to move the feet again. So spread out those feet, those toes, and really push down into the ground. So push down as hard as you can. And notice as you're pushing down that all the muscles going all the way up your leg, into your knee, all the way into your thighs, and probably even in your buttocks and core are activated. Now just relax, just relax. Relax everything. And just notice. And then again, push your feet into the ground. Really, really push the feet into the ground. Connecting all 10 toes, your heel, the sides of your feet. Push, 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 and feel that activation going all the way up your legs, into your buttocks, into your core, maybe even into your shoulders, maybe even into your face. See if you can relax the face. All the other muscles in the body can stay activated for a moment. Make sure you're breathing though. Keep breathing. And then relax everything. Don't push so much weight into the feet. Relax, relax, relax. And do that one more time. Push equally into the ground with your feet. Push, push, feel, push. Push them into the toes, into the heel, sides of the feet. Feel that activation moving all the way in, up the legs, into the buttocks, into the core. Make sure you're still breathing though. Don't hold your breath. And then notice if that activation goes up into your arms and shoulders, your hands, your face, your neck. And then release and relax. Relax. Okay, we're gonna stretch out our legs and our arms and give ourselves a nice little stretch. Stretch, 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 stretch. Point your toes. You might get a cramp. Try not to. And then we're gonna roll ourselves over onto our side and then push ourselves up into a seat. And actually, no, we're not. We're gonna come up onto our knees. If you need something underneath your knees, go grab that. You might need a blanket or something, or something. A nice little trick. I'm going to use this bolster, but you could use a blanket too, is if there is any knee pain or anything, what you do is you put the weight onto the bottom part of the knee. So the top part of the knee is kind of moving over. So the weight is mostly on the shins, and that will take any pressure at all off of those knees. I'm not even on the knees at all. So if you want to do that, if that feels better for you, entirely up to you. So we're going to try to have the top part of the arch, the top part of the foot, so that part right here, onto the ground. Now, for some people, that's going to be a lot, okay? So you might not even be able to sit on your heels. How is everyone doing? Do I have a thumbs up or not a thumbs up? Is that tough for a lot of people? No, no good, no good. Okay, so adjust yourself. Okay, so Nancy, if it's your knees, yeah, then adjust the knees. Okay, you adjusted the knees? Okay, good. Okay, so if it's the top of the feet, we just have to maybe come out of it. So place your hands down and then maybe move out of it for a moment, lift the feet up, and then come back into it. We're not gonna stay here for very long. If you can sit in this way and just be comfortable, bring your hands towards your heart and just hold it here. And just feel the pressure in the tops of the feet. Okay? And if it's still, again, if it's too much for whoever it's too much for, then just come out of it, release the feet, and then see if you can come back into it. Again, we're not trying to move it into any pain. And if it's really too much, close your eyes and imagine that you're doing it. Okay? So imagine that you're doing it if it's too much for you. So if you're fine right here, bring your hands towards your heart. And we're just going to stay here just for a couple more breaths. Close your eyes and just be witness to what's happening in the feet. Again, if it's painful, change it. You have the power. Okay. And then let's release that. And change it up a little bit. So coming forwards, we're going to curl the toes under. So that might mean if it's the knees, maybe put something again underneath the knees. So the knees themselves are hanging over because we're working on the feet here. So the toes are curled under. Okay, so you can put something underneath your knees if it's too much for the knees. Okay. So from here, our hands are at our hearts, and we're going to try to stay here. Again, if it's too much, you can come up or come out of it and move the feet away when you're ready to come back into it. Or if it's entirely, totally horrible for you, then sit in a comfortable position, close your eyes and imagine that you're doing this. The imagination, again, is a very, very powerful tool. And just be aware of that way. So hold it here for a moment, taking a few breaths. Make sure you're breathing. Okay, now release it. Bring your hands down. Take your feet, do a little rat-a-tat-tat with the tops of your feet. And then we're going to stand up. So we're going to push ourselves up and stand up. Okay. So let's give ourselves a nice big stretch here. Bring our arms above our head. Reach, 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 reach. And then bring the arms down. Okay. So the next time we do that, we're going to come up onto our toes, up onto the balls of our feet. So if you have to hold on to something, you can hang onto a wall, a chair, whatever you can. So we're going to inhale the arms up, and we're going to rise up, bringing the heels up as high as you're comfortable doing. Try to press into all 10 toes, and then exhale, come back down. Okay? So if you want to keep your eyes open, which I highly recommend, you want to focus on something. Okay, so let's inhale, lift up the arms and the heels, go up as high as you can. And then exhale, bring the heels all the way down. Now, if this does not feel good in the arms, you can just bring your arms into cactus arms or only bring them up a little bit. That's okay too. So we're going to do that 5 more times. Inhale and don't lock the knees. Have a little bit of a bend into the knees. Push all 10 toes into the ground, lift the heel up. And then exhale, bring the heel back down. 4 more. Inhale, lift up. See if you can grow yourself a little taller. And then exhale, come all the way back down. 3 more. Inhale, lift. See if you can lift that heel up a little bit higher. Push into that big toe. Exhale, come all the way down. Make sure you're fully breathing and relax your face. 2 more times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring yourself all the way down. And last time. Inhale, lift up. Push into those toes. See if you can lift up that heel really high. Grow yourself taller. You might be wiggly woggly, and that's okay. And then bring yourself all the way back down. That's okay. Okay. Shake out the knees, a little bend into the knees a little bit. Shake out the arms. Move everything around. Good. Okay. Wiggle around a little bit. Okay. So hold it there. Now you're just going to root down through your whole feet. Stand up nice and tall. Okay. And then you're going to put the weight into your big toes. Lift up the other 8 toes. So lifting up the other 8 toes, pushing down the big toes, pushing down the heel, pushing down the outside of the feet. You might feel a little bit wiggly woggly here. That's okay. Let's bring our hands together for our mind and body. So we really focus. You can even try closing your eyes here and see how you feel. So the big toes are pushing down and all 8 toes, little toes, are being pushed up into the air. Good. Make sure you're breathing. And then bring all those 8 toes down. Okay, so we're going to cross the right leg over the left leg. Cross it over. Okay, and you can make this stance as wide and as far as you want, or you can bring your feet right together and you can have your toes in line with each other. Just depends on your bone structure, how flexible you are, and whatever else. Now, whilst you're standing like this, try to be aware of how your feet are planted, as in making sure your all 10 toes are connected to the ground. No toes are lifting up. And the balls of the feet are pushing into the ground. Inside and outside edges of your feet and your heel. And are you putting in more weight into that left leg than the right leg? So adjust yourself. You might have to wiggle around until you feel that you're totally balanced in both feet. You can bend your knees as much as you want. And then when you feel really confident here, just maybe close your eyes and see if you can stay here. If you feel kind of dizzy or wiggly woggly, then open up your eyes and maybe support yourself with a hand if you need to. Just hold yourself here. Just discover what's happening. I feel myself moving side to side as my body tries to find the balance. Okay, now here's a little tricky part. We're going to see if we can lift up those heels and balance on our toes. Again, if you need to hold on to something, do. If you want to just imagine that you're doing it, go ahead. On your next breath, you're going to move into all 10 toes and lift up your heels. They're probably not going to go very high. Don't worry about if they are or not. You're going to really try to grip down in through all those toes. You're going to feel that those muscles vibrating, and then bring that heel down. So that connection is going to go all the way up your legs into your hips, probably your buttocks and your core, and maybe in other places too. Okay, let's try that one more time on this side. Put the weight into your all 10 toes and lift up your heel. You can bend your knees as much as you need. Try to keep your hands by your heart if you can, shoulders soft unless you need to hold on to something. And then bring those heels down. Good. Notice what you notice. And then uncross your legs. Okay, release your arms. And then again, let's give ourselves a shake. Maybe doing a little twist. You can bring your arms up. And maybe just walking the feet. Maybe shaking out those feet. Doing a little shake. Getting some blood in there. Okay. Now plant your feet down again. We're going to do the other side. Just notice the difference between both legs. And then we'll cross the left leg over the right leg and plunk it down. So this side might be totally different. You might need to give more space between the feet. They might be closer in. Try to stand upright, upwards as much as you possibly can. Okay, and then connect with all those 10 toes, the heel, both sides of the feet. Okay, so we want to have equality between both feet. Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to push down those big toes and then lift up the little toes. I think that's what I did. And bring your hands towards your heart. So we're pushing down into those big toes. And this side might be so different, like so different. We might not even have any balance on the side. That's okay. Just find where you need to balance. Try to stand up as upright as you can. Just keep adjusting yourself. Being curious and exploring. Just noticing what you need to notice. And also while your toes are all 8 toes are lifting up, do you notice anything happening in your buttocks or the outside edges of your legs or other places? And now bring those toes down. And then just notice how that all felt. Okay, and then we're going to move the weight into the toes. And we're going to see if we can lift up the heel. And again, if you need support, hold on to something. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, close your eyes. Push into all 10 toes. You might feel wiggle wobbly, that's okay. Just try to stay upright and hold on to something if you just don't feel balanced enough. And then bring the heel down. We're going to do that a couple more times. Try to stay up as upright as you can and relax your faces and shoulders. Inhale, lift up the heels. See if you can grow yourself a little taller. Make sure you're breathing and not holding your breath. And then exhale. Bring it all back down. We'll do that one more time. Push into your toes and lift up your heels. Notice if you're really squeezing in your pelvis and you're going to keep yourself up there. Notice that kinetic chain moving up from what's happening in your feet, moving up your body. And then bring the heels back down. Hold it there for a moment. Noticing where your weight is moving. If you're putting in the same amount of weight in the outside edge of your foot as compared to the inside edge of your foot. And then unwind your legs. Oh, and just notice. Bring your arms down. Close your eyes for a moment and just notice here. And then wiggle the toes. Wiggle the fingers. And then we're going to shake again. Shake everything out. Shake those feet. Shake the other foot. Wiggle the hips. And let's put our hands around on our hips. And we're going to start to do some circles here. I don't know if anyone else felt that, but just with that kinetic chain of action that happens from our feet, that's where the nerve endings begin or end, if you want to go up or down. And they go all the way up our legs, into our hips. And so what we do with our feet affects the rest of our body. So let's move around in the opposite direction. Okay. And then let's stop. Stop for a moment. Okay, bring our hands down. And just stand in our Tadasana, so mountain pose, and just feeling the weight of both feet into the ground. Spread out those toes. Try to feel the same amount of weight in the big toes as in all the little toes and in the heel. Okay, so try, keep your eyes closed if possible, if possible. And if you need to hang on, do that. We're gonna lift toes. So we're gonna lift up those big toes, and then we're gonna put them down. And if you can't do it, just imagine that you're doing it, okay? Then we're going to push down all of the toes, except you're gonna bring up the pinky toes, the little baby toes. And you know what? They might not even get anywhere off the ground, but imagine that they are lifted. Imagine that. All the other toes are pushing into the ground. The little baby pinky toes are lifting up, kind of waving. And then bring those down. Okay, so now we're going to do the second toe. So the one that's right next to the big toe, you're going to see if you can lift it up or move it. And then most likely it's not going to move at all, but imagine that it is. Imagine that you are pushing down all your toes and that second toe is lifting up. And if you really notice, you might notice something happening in your lower leg or your foot as you do this. Okay, and then push that second toe back down into the ground. And now we'll do the third toe. And again, more than likely, it's not really going to move. So imagine that it is. And then see if you notice anything that's happening in the rest of your leg, or maybe even the rest of your body as you're doing this. So the third toe, you're really trying to focus on lifting that third toe up. Making sure you're breathing. There's a tendency to stop breathing. So breathe. Okay. And then release that toe down, back down. Okay, fourth toe this time. Press all the other toes except the fourth toe right beside the pinky is going to try to come up. And again, it might not really move, so imagine that it is. And pay attention to the rest of your body and see what's happening. You might notice something. Good. And then release that. Okay. And then really breathe. Shake, 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 shake. Shake it out. Shake out the feet. Shake out the feet. Okay. So we're going to bring ourselves into a tree pose. So just move the feet up and down a few times, bending into those knees. And then firmly plant that left foot. Take the right foot and just up on the ball of the foot. And we can bring our hands, maybe bring our hands towards our hearts. Bring our hands towards our hearts. One hand on the chest, the other hand covering it. And then we're just going to do circles with the ball of the foot in the ground, the heel, and then we're going to go the other direction. Excellent. Okay, and then come to stillness. Now, if you need to hold on to something, please do. Root down that left foot. We're going to start with the left foot this time. A little bit of a bend in that left leg. So really feel your leg, that left leg, really, really rooted down. Okay, so we're going to take that right leg now. You're on the ball of the foot of that right leg, and you're going to move it over, and you're going to plunk it onto the inside edge of your left shin. So if you need to hold on to something, please do. Now really try to root down through that left foot. If you feel really, really good here, close your eyes. See how you do. Keep your hands at your heart if you possibly can, even just one hand. Notice your breath, notice your breathing, notice your heart beating, notice the wibbly wobbling as your leg is trying to find balance in your body to stand up nice and tall. Okay. And now we're going to bring that right leg down, bring it down onto the ball of the foot again. And then slowly allow that heel to come all the way down onto the ground. And then just notice how you feel. Keep your hands at your heart if you can. Maybe close your eyes. Notice. Notice your breath, notice your heart beating, notice your legs. Notice what's happening in your body. All the little sensations that are going crazy right now. Okay, now you can open up your eyes, focus on something again. Shift the weight into your right foot this time. So your right foot is anchored into the ground. Find some roots. And then lift your heel of your left foot up. So you're pushing the weight into the ball of your left foot. Standing up nice and tall. And just holding it here. And then maybe you can bring it up and down a couple of times. Okay, and then lift it up. And then we're going to do some little circles. You might feel this in the knee. You might feel this in the hip. Definitely in the ankle, maybe even in the toes, and then the opposite direction. Make sure you're breathing. Keep your shoulders and your face relaxed. And then come back to center. So finding a place of stillness. And then really, really root that right leg down. Feeling really secure and stable here as your base. And then take that left foot and you're going to lift it up onto the inside of your right shin. Okay, so if you need to hold on to something, hold on. If you want to challenge yourself, close your eyes. Your leg doesn't really have to go up any higher. Close your eyes if you want more of a challenge. Just try to stand up as tall as you can. Breathe full and deep. Relax the shoulders, relax the face. So enjoy where you are. Keep anchoring down, rooting down through that right foot. And just notice all that's happening right now. All the muscles going crazy as they try to find balance. Good, one more breath here. See if you can find some stillness of some sort. Okay, and then we're going to take that left foot, you're going to place it down, the ball of the foot comes down. Have the weight equally distributed again, and then bring the heel down. Good. And just hold it here. Close your eyes and just notice. Notice all the activity that was going on there, all that was happening. Okay. And then release the arms down. I'm going to inhale the arms all the way up. Take a nice big stretch here, wiggle the fingers, and then exhale. We're going to do a little forward bend. Bend into the knees, forward bend. And then inhale, come all the way back up. And then exhale, forward bend again. One more time, inhale, all the way up. And exhale, bring your hands all the way down. We're going to clasp the hands behind us. And then just as if you're rolling over a beach ball, we're just going to open up our shoulders, open up our chest, root down still with our feet, open through our throat. And then inhale, lift yourself back up again. And we'll do that one more time. Exhale, bring the hands all the way down behind you. And then go round over your beach ball. You can bend into your knees, open up through your chest, through your shoulders, through your throat. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up. And then exhale, bring your hands towards your heart. And we're going to make our way all the way down onto the ground. So however you want to get down there, you can heel toe your feet and all the way down into Malasana. If you want to, you don't have to. Get down however feels good to you. Okay? And we're going to come and we're going to sit. We're going to sit with our legs extended. Okay, so move the flesh away from your buttocks. So you're sitting up nice and tall. If you need to sit on something to make yourself nice and tall and straight, Either lean up against the wall or sit on something, and so your pelvis will tilt. So if you just sit on the edge of something, and you're going to have the toes pointing up. You can have a bend into your knees, and you can always place something underneath your knees if you want a little bit of cushioning in there, entirely up to you. But have your toes facing up towards the ceiling. Spread out the toes. Okay. And then see if you can push your heels away from you. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Your knees can be bent. If you need your knees bent, bend your knees. And if you don't want to do any of that, imagine that you're doing it. Close your eyes. I'm just taking a few breaths here. You might begin to feel some vibrations happening in the legs as the energy moves from those heels and toes, moves all the way up your legs. I'm starting to feel some shaking happening. You might not. Just notice what you notice. Good. Okay, and then we're going to bring our knees in, and then maybe give ourselves a little hug. So just rest your head down, give yourself a little hug. And then you're going to lower yourself down onto your back again. And we're going to bring our knees in towards our chest. You can hold on anywhere you want, either on underneath the thighs, on your shins, on your knees, or you don't have to hold on either. Entirely up to you. And just allow the back to rest against the ground. And bring your awareness to your feet, how your feet feel. As they're just hanging out, they're not supporting you right now, they're just hanging out in the air. Notice how they feel. Notice your breath again. Okay. And then we're going to just do a little twist just for a moment. We're just going to take those knees. We can bring the feet down if you want to go into a twist that way, or you can stay up here. And we're just going to move those legs over to one side. So just drop them down. And you might need to support your legs. So put something underneath there if you need to. Adjust them so you feel comfortable. Your arms can be in a T. We want to try to have those shoulders down on the ground if possible. But again, don't force anything. And then you can move your head in whatever direction feels good. We're just going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Just see if we can just release. Okay. And your next breath, you're going to bring yourself back up to center. So move the head, move the legs, stay up here for a moment. And then whenever you're ready, allow those legs to drop down onto the other side. And again, adjust them so they feel supported. You might need, again, to put something underneath them, or your toes, your feet, or whatever. Open your arms into a T, and then move your head in whatever direction feels good. Just rest your shoulders on the ground. And see if you can soften here. Notice any places that you might feel like you're gripping. Okay. And then on that next breath, you're going to move yourself back, bring those knees back up. Hold it again here, bring your arms closer towards your body. And then when you feel ready, you can extend your legs out. We're going to go into a Savasana for a few moments. So just relax your legs down. You can keep your knees bent if that feels good. And then I highly recommend that you, if you're going to have your knees bent, you just bring your knees, the tops of your knees together, just to rest against each other if you like. Just bring your legs down towards the corners of your mat and then relax your arms alongside your body. Or you can bring your hands to your belly and just feel yourself breathing. But we're not going to control the breath in our Savasana. We're just going to let everything soften and relax here. So I'm going to let you lay down in your Savasana. And just allowing yourselves to release and let go. The mind begins to wander. Bring it back. It's focusing on releasing, relaxing, and letting go. And then peacefully and gently bring your awarenesses back to the space that you're in right now. Allow your breath to deepen. Bring some movement back into the body, wiggling whatever needs to be wiggled, toes, fingers, head, legs, arms. And whenever you're ready, you can roll over to one side. And then bring yourself up into a seat. And we're going to do a little bit of breathing exercise before we finish our practice. So sit up and get really comfortable, sitting however you like. And then bring your awareness back to your breath. Just noticing the way that you're breathing right now. Okay, and then we're going to take our left hand and we're going to have our thumb and pointer finger connected. We're going to just place that palm face up on our left leg. And then we're going to take our right hand. We're going to take our pointer finger and our tall finger. We're going to hug them in. So our thumb and our ring and pinky finger are poking up. If this doesn't work for you, then just use your thumb and your pointer finger. Okay, you're going to hug your elbow in towards your chest. You're going to place your right hand, right thumb on your right nostril. And you're going to just start to breathe in and out through your left nostril. So we're sitting up nice and tall. We're breathing in and out through the left nostril. Just getting a nice even flow in and out. You can close your eyes. Just notice how this feels. Soften your face, soften your shoulders. Notice what your feet are doing, if they're clenching at all. Your feet are tied to everything. So watching yourself breathe in and out through this left side. Okay, we're going to take a nice big breath in through the left side. Breathe in as much as you possibly can, and then just hold it just for a moment. And then slowly exhale through that left side. Let's do that one more time. Inhale as much as you can through that left nostril. Hold that breath in just for a moment, and then slowly let it all the way back out. Good. Okay, so now take that, either your pointer finger or that ring finger, and cover up that left nostril. Okay, and then you're going to start to breathe in and out through the right nostril. So close your eyes and just breathe in and out through that right nostril, noticing how that feels. Might feel totally different than the other side. Just feel a nice, gentle rhythm moving in and out. And you don't have to press too hard on the other nostril. Okay, just gently, just to block the air there. It's a nice, slow breathing, taking your time, noticing how this side feels. Okay. And now we're going to take a big breath through the right nostril. Breathe in as much as you possibly can. Hold the breath in there, hold it in there, and then slowly exhale it all the way back out. We'll do that one more time. Inhale through the right nostril. Feel yourself filling up, fill up, fill up, fill up, and then hold the breath in there. And then slowly let it all the way back out. Good. Okay, and then release your hands. Just bring your hands down by your side and just take a moment here. Just noticing how everything's feeling. Notice the difference between the left side and the right side. Each side is tied to a different hemisphere of your brain. Just notice. Now let's take, using both nostrils this time, we're going to take a big inhale through the nose. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, and then hold your breath just for a moment. Just for a moment. And then slowly exhale it all the way back out. We'll do that one more time. Inhale as much as you can. Breathe in through both nostrils. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Hold the breath in there. Try to relax your face and shoulders. Don't have your eyes bulging out. And then slowly exhale it all the way back out. Good. And then bring your hands towards your heart. Just notice the way that you're breathing. Notice your heart beating. Just notice everything you can about yourself at this moment. And then take some reflection on your practice today. What you discovered about yourself, how your feet work, that connection of your feet and the nerve endings that travel all the way up your body into those muscles and joints, how things are connected. How you felt overall in your mind, different emotions, different feelings, different sensations. And then let's bow our heads and give ourselves gratitude. Gratitude for everybody that joined today. Gratitude for that connection. Gratitude for the space that we're in. Gratitude for doing something really beneficial for ourselves. Slowing down, paying attention, bringing awareness. And let's finish our practice today with one great big Om. So let's breathe in through the nose. Sigh it out. And breathe in for one Om. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May you have the rest of your day be filled with calmness and peace and tranquility. Namaste.